season opener, the Chiefs and the New England Patriots. And again, September 10th, the first Sunday of the NFL season. Everyone looking forward to that. It's time now for our player spotlight, and it's brought to you by Putnam Investments, pursuing excellence through the power of teamwork. And speaking of team, let's bring in another member of our team, and that's Matt Chatham. Matt, what do you got?
Guys, eyes on the young fellas this evening. Number 70, Adam Butler, defensive lineman from Vanderbilt. And he sits a little bit in that unusual space of being a big guy, but that can move inside and out. We know Coney Ely was released a week ago. Adam Butler has been active throughout this camp and has some of those qualities I think Ely lacks. So it'll be great to keep an eye on this young fella tonight, see if he can earn himself a role not only under the roster, but potentially on the game day roster as well. He chases plays well in pursuit. He's in the backfield a lot. Adam Butler's around the ball, and that's all you can ask of a young guy trying to make a team.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. There's the head coach of the New England Patriots. 18th season. We all know what he has done. Winners of 5 Super Bowls. Certainly has changed the landscape here in New England. Giants win the toss. Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off. Adam Butler's made an impression for the Patriots. You heard Matt Chatham, kid out of Vanderbilt. It really has made an impression from day one of training camp, Christian. It's the one thing I've noticed about him, consistently getting after the quarterback and doing a nice job. Back to receive is Ed Egan. And the Giants will come out on offense, and it's time now for our defensive players to watch. Brought to you by Gillette. And here you go, Christian. Take a look at some of these names, guys that we're looking at, trying to get some playing time, trying to get effectiveness in here tonight.
Yeah, Gino Grissom, right? We talked about it in the open. Guys that made the practice squad last year. Gino Grissom made the practice squad last year. Didn't start at the beginning of the season, but played in 11 games and all the postseason games. So that's a guy that actually made a difference and, you know, wasn't worried about it and kept playing.
Familiar name at the helm of the Giants starting on offense here, Geno Smith, longtime Jet. And first down, Orleans Darkwa with the carry for the Giants. He'll get about 5, setting up second down.
So far, most of the teams the Patriots have played have attacked the inside of this defensive front, especially, you know, that guard center area. You know, challenging those guys up front and seeing if they can stop them first. And the play action pass usually comes right after it.
Second down for the Giants and Smith. Just underway, glad to have you with us. Smith shows the completion to tie the tight end. He dropped the football. Patriots are saying they have it. Let's wait and see and get a ruling on it. Terry McCauley, our referee.
Well, last week it started off.
Ruling on field is the pass is incomplete. Third down.
I wouldn't be surprised if they challenge that. And we go over this every single week looking at it. I mean, he has controlled the catch. He's going down. He's not bobbling it. He becomes a runner. Bill's not going to challenge, at least so far he isn't. Fans are asking for him to throw the flag. No, they're going to let him play it out.
Demarius Travis with the strip.
All right, there we go. Here it comes. Yeah, throw it out there.
Bill's like, where is that?
There you go. There you go. Put it right at his feet. No.
Yep. All right, so they blow the whistle. Now let's get to this, something new in the NFL rules this year, Christian.
Yep.
When they look at replay, Terry McCauley, tonight's referee, is going to go over to the tablet, look at the tablet, confirm.
New England's challenged that it was a catch fumble and recovered by New England.
We need Terry to turn around, but he would.
This way.
Yes, he'll go look at the tablet. Alberto Riveron is in New York. He'll help him and make the decision and make the final decision as to what we see. Now, Christian, take us through what we see.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not sure what the refs see. He catches the football, right? That's the first step. He's controlling it. He becomes a runner. He's going upfield, and here comes Travis late. The ball is stripped away. That is a fumble. Now, I haven't been great this preseason. I think about 50-50. It's time to work on the other side of the positive. I think that's a fumble. I'm not sure if Matt Chatham can see it down there. But there's the 3 rules, right? Control the catch, become a runner, go upfield, both feet on the ground.
He looked like he caught it and was able to take a couple of steps and then go, and then got stripped.
And if you can look at it multiple times. And here's in real time. Watch. Catch, upfield, ball comes out. It's actually sometimes it's easier to see it in real time than it is in a in slow motion because you just sit there and you overanalyze it. But he caught that football. He didn't tuck it away. Maybe that's where they get kind of messed up with the call. But here he comes. You're going to get a call right now. It should go the other way. It should be Patriots ball.
After you, the receiver controlled the pass, got 2 feet down, turned upfield. It is a catch fumble. First down for New England at the 35-yard line. New England is not charged with a timeout.
I'm not sure if I'm more surprised that they overturned it or you got one right.
Well, that's what you call batting 1,000. Yeah, no, I'm done for the night. I'm done.
All right, let's turn things over to the offense. Jacoby Brissett is going to play here tonight and get a lot of playing time. The second-year quarterback out of NC State. We saw what he did last year, helping the Patriots. Was a part of that Super Bowl with that shutout victory here over the Texans, engineering that after Jimmy Garoppolo went down early in the season. He's got LaShawn Daniels with him in the backfield. 1st and 10. Chance to capitalize. Throws it to Daniels down low. We got near the 20-yard line. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a great job. First play, you're going to throw the football. It's supposed to be a quick throw watch. He wants to plant and throw to the slant, but nothing's there. The linemen are getting pushed back. He's so big and strong. He's not going to panic, and he waits for the back to do the little check down. He gets positive yardage.
Gain of 12, 1st and 10 on the Giants' 23. The Patriots look to take advantage of the early turnover. And it's Daniels. It's bottled up. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. All right, time now for the players to watch on offense, and that's brought to you by Gillette as well. And Christian, take a look. Your thoughts on some of the key guys to take a look at tonight?
Well, right there, Austin Carr is one of the guys we mentioned, DJ Foster and Jacoby Brissett. But Austin Carr is the guy you're wondering, can he make the roster? If he doesn't make the roster, that's a guy that I think is worth waiting to develop, giving him more opportunities to get faster, stronger, figure out the offense.
Carr split right. Brissett looks left, and he's got Hollister. Jacob Hollister, the tight end. He's got a good gain. That'll be near a 1st down.
It's so important for a young quarterback to get his first couple receptions, his first couple completions. Throws it to the back. He's a little stressed out. Throws it to the tight end. Jacob Hollister right here, 6'4", 239, a rookie. That's 2 easy throws, 2 high completions.
Against Jacksonville in game 1, 7 receptions for 116 yards. And here's Daniels through the left side on 3rd down.
The previous play resulted in a 1st down. It will now be 2nd down and 9.
Thank you, Terry. So there you go, a gain of 1 on the 1st down opportunity for Daniels.
Yeah, I saw that yard marker with the 3rd down. I was like, wait a second, what are they doing?
I couldn't figure out.
Why look? And they're running right at it.
Well, it's preseason for the officials, too. I know it's game 4, but DJ Foster in the backfield now with Brissett.
Here he is. You know, they've been.
He's got him. He gets to him. Nope. Goes over the middle. That's complete to KJ May, I believe.
Now, you know that the Giants have seen every single game that the Patriots have played so far in preseason, and they know, especially in this area, inside the red, that he's a threat. Man-to-man type of looks. Look for the Patriots to find some way to isolate DJ Foster on one of those linebackers. And here he is again right here. And this guy has got a man.
3rd and 7. Brissett looks end zone. And it's a touchdown. Cody Hollister, twin brother of Jacob, makes the touchdown catch, and the Patriots are on the board here in quarter number 1.
Beautiful, beautiful catch. Flexing the tight end out wide and just putting him on a one-on look with a strong safety.
Yeah, he beat Dante Dion for the touchdown. So the Patriots capitalize on the turnover. Put up some points. And here's Gostkowski in for the extra point. And that's good. So the Patriots off the turnover. Get it. Brissett to Hollister. Tom Brady loves it. Jacoby likes it as well. And Hollister loves it too. Hey, there's your bro. Patriots jump off to a 7-0 start here in quarter number 1. It's time now for the keys to the game, brought to you by Gatorade. Christian?
All right, at this point in time in the season, right, knowledge is power. You have to be able to show the coaches that you can be trusted, and there's not a lot of volume, there's not a lot of plays being called. Make sure you can line up right. How about energy? Good things happen when you get around the football. Just go back in the history of the Patriots. Players that show energy, good things happen to them. And this is not their last call. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for them. Even if they don't make this team, there's other jobs open, there's other jobs available. We talk about it. The practice squad is a great opportunity for young players that either were not drafted or drafted late to develop. And if they don't make it on this team, there's other teams that can snatch them up and maybe give them an opportunity. Lots of opportunities, lots of options, really.
Do you remember your first camp? What was it like, and what was it like for guys on near cut day and things like that?
I hated cut day. I hated it, even though I never thought I was going to get cut, but I always felt sorry for, like, guys that I had, had a relationship with and grew to be friends with, and next thing you know, they're stressing out, and you're starting to feel it also.
All right, Giants' second drive of the night. See if it can go better than their first one. There's Geno Smith. Time. Fires it complete to the running back, Darkwa. Trevor Bates. And a swarm of Patriots haul him down. All right, let's bring in Matt Chatham from downstairs. And Matt, what did cut day mean to you? What was that like to go through?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, you wake up on this morning and you got butterflies. At least I certainly did in those first couple seasons. There's a lot on the line. Right now, a rookie salary is $465,000. You don't make the team, you get zero. It's a big night.
Running the football is old friend Shane Vereen. He'll have enough for a first down. Of course, Shane, 7th year out of California. 4 years with New England from 11 to 14. Super Bowl 49, 11 catches, most by a running back until some guy named James White.
Yeah, you thought that was a record that would never be broken. How crazy that game was, and here comes James White, just making huge plays.
1st and 10 on the 37-yard line of the Giants. They're going to run the football again, straight up the middle. Orleans Darkwa. Middle of the Pats defense does a nice job.
Yeah, guys right now, like Geno Grissom, guy that we talked about, we just keep talking about him. He was there down playing the end spot, shed the block really well, was able to get off it, didn't make the tackle, but affected the play, and that's a plus for a guy like Grissom, who's trying to find a role on this team, playing multiple positions, trying to find a spot maybe on special teams.
2nd and 8 now on the 39-yard line. Smith, complete over the midfield stripe. Matt Lacoste with the reception, 2nd-year tight end out of Illinois, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now the Giants look like they're going to try and keep things moving, go a hurry-up offense. So this defense, they probably won't be able to substitute much. And Geno Smith, although he had his issues with the Jets, is trying to figure out a way how he can just reclaim some status in the NFL.
On first down, it's Vereen. Outside, a little bit of running room. About 7 on the play.
One of the guys we're going to focus on today is Cyrus Jones. Now, on this play, again, didn't make the tackle, but he's blocked from the inside out, and it could be easy for him to just give up on the block and allow it to go outside. But he pushed this guy so far back, it forced the tailback to go farther outside and deeper, which allowed the Patriots to make the tackle in a decent position.
Gain of 8, so 2nd and 2 on the 41-yard line. Smith gets around Grissom, completes it in the flat to Vereen. He'll be near the 30-yard line, pushed out of bounds by Kenny Moore. All right, we've got a little bit of a different twist here in preseason game number 4. Bill Belichick likes to do that. Here's Brian Flores, the linebackers coach, calling the defense next to the defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia.
Yeah, Patricia just, just giving up the reins. He's still kind of hovering. He's like a helicopter dad right now. He's making sure nothing goes wrong. But this is something they do a lot.
There you go. That's Darkwa with the carry.
There's Flores right there. Yeah, they'll give the offensive coordinator. He'll take a break, and I think Chad O'Shea's doing it tonight.
Yep,
maybe doing it tonight.
Coach. You know, what it is too, Christian, is if all of a sudden, this is how much they prepare. If Matt Patricia gets ill or something before a game and can't go out there, they're prepared. It's talking about every situation, every detail. That's what this Patriots team is about.
Also, just the development of the guys in the room. Just say Matt Patricia leaves. You know, who's going to take his spot?
Second down, 3 for New York. Good drive here by the Giants. They'll try to match the Patriots' touchdown. Smith, plenty of time. Looks end zone, fires complete. That's a touchdown to Mike Lacoste. Made that look easy. And the New York Giants respond with a 25-yard touchdown strike, and they're within 1 point pending the extra point.
Yeah, the receiver's going to come all the way from the far side, and it's just a quick in route.
Stop, Gino.
There's right there. Yeah, David Jones covering him.
Rookie out of Richmond gets beaten for the touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good. We're tied at 7. Patriots will have the ball when we return. Welcome back. Time now for the injury report, brought to you by Optum.
Well, Harvey Longy, Davis, McClellan. We haven't seen much of Shea McClellan at all. And hopefully that's just one of those things where they're protecting him and making sure that he's healthy for next week, because they really need him out on that field with the depth issues at linebacker. Here's a guy that can make a difference. And obviously Harvey Longy also is another guy that they're going to need to get multiple reps. Haven't seen much of Tony Garcia either.
No, he went down relatively early in camp. We haven't seen much from him since. DJ Foster with the kickoff return for New England. He gets to about the 22-yard line. And Christian, let's take a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, it's Trevor Bates is right here. He's got the tight end man. Here's Lacoste right here. Lacoste just going to come up and do an out route, and he's going to bend it off. But he's got, as you go, he's got great position right here. The tight end's inside. That's usually a win. But he takes it high. Geno Smith waits on him. He comes open at the very end. It's a tough break because you really have position. That tight end goes inside. That's a win. Push him down, funnel him all the way down where all the messes. Hopefully he trips or falls down, or the quarterback just gives up on him.
First and 10 and a pick from Jacoby Brissett, and a touchdown for the New York Giants. Kerry Wynn got the gift from Brissett. It's the last thing Jacoby wants to do in that situation. And just like that, the Giants have scored 13 unanswered points.
Well, I'd like to say you got to be able to recognize this and know that that guy's a threat, but he makes an unbelievable play, and the only thing he can do is kind of float it over Wynn's head. But they go to cut Wynn. He gets right up. Unbelievable athletic play by Wynn. McDermott doesn't get him on the ground. You can say that's a minus for both the right tackle and the quarterback.
And the extra point is up and good for the Giants. A stunned Jacoby Brissett. The Patriots trail by 7. Well, the New York Giants put up 14 points in just 11 seconds, Christian, and not a good look from Brissett and company on that one.
Well, this is a quick swing pass, and this is Connor McDermott, rookie out of UCLA. His job is to cut the outside leg of Wynn, and watch him throw. He completely misses, and that's an easy play for Wynn. Normally, you wouldn't even catch that pass. The best case scenario is that you knock it down, but he's fortunate that he catches it. And here's Dante. Listen, buddy, this is not going to cut it. You can't whiff on a play like that, and that's a fact. You will not make that team. A routine play, easy coaching points.
So that's not on Brissett as much as it is on McDermott, right?
Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, it's always on the quarterback, but that's the right tackle's fault. I mean, this guy, he's 6'8", 300 pounds. I mean,
started every game at left tackle last season for UCLA.
Yeah, he's got, listen, we've seen this before. Adrian Waddle did it a couple times in the first preseason game, trying to get these guys on the ground, get their hands down so you can throw that pass. If you don't get them on the ground or at least slow them down, that play has no chance.
Here's Brissett in the offense for the third time in the first quarter. Scored one and gave up one. Right up the middle goes LaShawn Daniels.
You know, and here's McDermott again, right here. That's just the backside cutoff. That's easy. But finish, push him. Yeah, get him on the ground. Listen, when you mess up like that, the best thing you can do is get as many shots on the defensive end as possible. Clean, but give me some hustle plays.
Second down, Brissett brought down, and he's sacked. Robert Thomas out of Arkansas with the sack, and that'll set up a punting situation, or a third down rather, for the Patriots.
Well, it looked like everybody was covered, so Brissett has to hold the football just a little bit longer. And here's the other side right here, just a little crossing route between the tight end and the wide receiver, Carr and Hollister.
Well, 3rd and 12 now for Brissett. Quick pass to KJ May. Out over the 30-yard line, but won't be near the first down.
Yeah, it's always a difficult position. You don't really have a ton of options at 3rd and 12. I mean, you're either running a draw, a screen, or hoping that they play some sort of soft coverage you can throw the underneath route.
Ryan Allen in for the duties, as usual, for New England. 8 punts of 50-plus yards here in the preseason for Allen, who's in mid-season form. There's another beauty. And Egan with the fair catch near the 20-yard line for the Giants. We'll see what the Patriots defense can do coming up.
That the militia is sporting.
Did you care about shoes when you were playing? Were they big to you?
Listen, I didn't have the really cool shoes as a kid. Like my Adidas had
Look at those
4 stripes.
I like
they
the
didn't
Pilgrim
have 3.
look there.
I didn't have Air Jordans. I had City Wings.
Who?
Yeah, poor people had City Wings. We couldn't afford Air Jordans.
There's Shane Vereen nearly tripped up. Gets away on the play forward a couple. Cyrus Jones in the eventual stop. Let's talk a little bit about Cyrus Jones as you see the replay here, Christian. And, you know, mostly we'll see him punt returns, but see him out here on defense.
Yeah, there he goes. There he goes.
Grissom just missed him.
Yeah, fighting off the block is Cyrus Jones, just trying to be as physical as possible.
Gain of 3 on the play. 4.5 left to go. There in the first quarter, Smith pressured, grabbed, and eventually brought down by Geno Grissom. Big play there from number 92 in the Patriots defense.
There he is. We talked to him. There he is right there getting up the field. Watch him grab that left arm, rip it through, get around, cut the corner as quickly as possible. And once he get that big paw on Geno Smith, he's not letting him go. Watch him grab him right there with his right arm, and then, yeah, just throw him down to the ground. That's one for Grissom.
3rd and long situation. See if more pressure can be put on by this Patriots defense. Smith.
That's going to drive you crazy. You get a sack like that, you got a long way to go. And then they move the chains and get a clean slate.
Roger Lewis with the reception. DJ Killings on the coverage. Gain of 14 on the play. Brian Flores, Matt Patricia can't be happy with that. Lewis in motion for the Giants. Smith's going to give it to Vereen. He gets a couple.
Yeah, I like the fact that the linebackers are being aggressive, going downhill. The defensive tackles, Hamilton, getting off the blocks.
Christian, it's going to be interesting to watch guys, Jonathan Freeney, Gino Grissom, those guys out here playing tonight, how much they're playing for jobs and how things will settle in, especially involving special teams, too, with some of these guys. 2nd down, here's Smith. Pops it out to Vereen. It's chased, pushed out of bounds near a 1st down by David Jones.
Yeah, that's a great call by the Giants. They caught the Patriots in the blitz, which is the ideal situation to throw the screen. Everybody's gone. The offensive line has an easy sight line to look for their blocks. I'm actually surprised they didn't get farther down the field, but they had a lot of guys like Brooks Ellis who were in pursuit and got there quicker than normal, were able to slow him down.
1st and 10 on the 47 of New England. Time winding down here in the 1st quarter. Giants with a 7-point lead. Big hit. Orleans Dockwell goes down. Demarius Travis, Mikey Bart in on the stop for New England.
So the Giants are just going to keep running it, and now they're getting that cutback lane because the defensive line. It's a good try right there by Hamilton. Nice form tackle. That's been an issue a lot in this preseason, especially for the 2nd unit and that 2nd wave of defenders. Open field tackling.
Travis, a safety out of Minnesota. Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. Smith. Incomplete. Off the hands of Roger Lewis. Cyrus Jones and company in on the coverage for New England.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they had their tight end open again. Matt Lacoste was open again and covered by Bates again. So 3rd down and 4?
What are you looking for from Cyrus Jones? We know we'll see him on punt returns, but what kind of things are you looking for him on defense?
Look at it right now. You look at it right now. They got middle of the safety. It looks like he's going to be all alone right now. So if I'm Geno Smith, I'm going to try and challenge him right now.
And Smith gets it out in the flat to Vereen. Freeney on the coverage, but that'll be good for a 1st down.
So the Giants decide to do some crossing patterns and to work some rub technique to get guys open. And that's exactly what ended up happening. But whenever I'm a quarterback and I see that safety on the opposite side of the hash, giving my wide receiver really just a one-on-one look, it's really hard for that safety to get back over there to help that corner if he does need help. And here's Cyrus Jones right there. The safety, they're just playing cover 2.
Giants keep the chains moving. Another 1st down. On the pitch, it's Darkwa. Cuts inside. Has plenty of room. Down to the 10-yard line. A big run there. Demarius Travis on the coverage, but he just tore apart that Patriots defense.
Yeah, I said if you're going to play cover 2, your chart says let's run it up the field. You need to somehow, if they keep burning, get an extra safety in the box. Go cover 3, go cover 1. Do something where those safeties can get upfield faster. By the time the back gets there, the receivers are already on their blocks. They're already working downfield, and the backs gain 25 yards.
Yeah, 22 to be precise on that one, with time winding down here in the 1st quarter. And that will do it.
That is the end.
21 points put up in this one. Patriots got off to a good start, but the Giants with 14 unanswered. Lots of discussion coming up. Cyrus Jones in the defense with another opportunity is to stop the Giants in the red zone. New York has been successful tonight. 1st and goal on the 10-yard line. Geno Smith hands it off to Darkwa, and he's met hard by Woodrow Hamilton.
Yeah.
Interior, he smothered him.
Oh, just shed the block, knocked off the blocker, was right in a great position to make the tackle. That's him right there. Watch him shed the block. There he is. That's excellent job. He's actually double teamed. Sheds both of those guys. Watch him. Great job. Head on the outside. Don't let him go. Oh, the ball actually pops out.
Played in 2 games last year. Started 5, second and goal on the 11, so a loss of 1. Here's Smith. Looking, now gets away, runs. And he's brought down near the line of scrimmage. Let's bring in Matt Chatham. Matt, your thoughts on what you saw there on Woodrow Hamilton, and then again, smothering Smith.
Well, great job by him, and he's an active player. I think you'll love to see guys sort of play their technique correctly when they get their opportunity. A lot of these times as a young player, you're kind of praying for the ball to come your way. You're praying for the double team that Christian talked about so you can show that you can drop, hold your weight, shed, separate, and make a play. Really nice job there by that young man.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point, Matt. And really, in all different situations, you hope you get that opportunity to prove to the coaches that you can get it done.
3rd and goal, complete. Lewis brought down at the 5-yard line. And that'll set up a field goal opportunity for New York.
Yeah, man, I remember like even being a rookie hoping that the defense would either give up a touchdown or obviously right. Just so we can get out there and get some more reps. Remember, we saw it with Jimmy Garoppolo. He threw that pick. And then he's politicking with Josh McDaniels to get back in the game, right, just so he doesn't have to end that game with like a bad play.
I remember situations where I'm coming into a game and I'm thinking I need a big one and I need to have a nice solid game, make a play or two. And, the ball doesn't go your way. You're a backside player on a run play. You're dropping in coverage. It's not throwing your direction. You're hoping for action. You're absolutely right, Christian.
Aldrich Rosas with the kick. Patriots down by 10. We'll be back. Well, the Patriots down by 10 here in the second quarter. Time now to head down to the Bob's Discount Furniture Studios. Andy Hart and Paul Perillo from Patriots Football Weekly. And gentlemen, we'll see him coming out. Your thoughts on Jacoby Brissett and his play so far and throughout camp?
Obviously a little uneven, and I think that's been the case really throughout the summer. But you see some things there that are worth building on, worth developing. I think you see the arm, and you see some of the decisions I think have been pretty good tonight. I thought that the sack maybe was a little bit on him, a little lack of pocket presence. Obviously, Christian talked about the interception and maybe the need to get that ball over the top. But I do think you see some nice things, and I think the game operation has been pretty smooth so far. And he's going to obviously get a lot of opportunity tonight. He's going to play from wire to wire.
Rochi, I just like the reps. You get to see him throw a touchdown pass, react to that, come back out. Throw a pick six, react to that, come back out. I think that's what Jacoby Brissett needs more than anything else. Reps. He didn't get a ton of reps last summer. Then he was on IR last year, cut into his practice reps. Even this summer, limited reps. He just needs repetitions to go through the good and the bad.
Yeah, he said he'd like to have a clean operation, have fun, leave a good impression, just out there playing football. That goes hand in hand with that, Christian.
Yeah.
And he's got a first down. And he's throwing on first down, and he's completing on first down to Austin Carr. Carr still on his feet, brought down near the 50-yard line. 23 yards on the play from Brissett to Austin Carr.
Here's Austin Carr right here. He's just going to do a quick route, but I tell you what actually makes this play work. Watch it. Quick little deep angle route. Is Gronkowski at the fullback position. This is play action pass, which means they're trying to sell that run as much as possible. He comes downhill so hard that it really gives a lot of space to Austin Carr.
And Brissett throwing again. And finding again. James O'Shaughnessy inside the 30-yard line of New York.
That's a big play. Yeah, he's excited right now because as many catches as possible.
33 yards on the pickup.
Yeah, throws it high, thinks he's going to get hit, extends as high as possibly, goes up and gets that football. First down pass.
88 legs splayed. Kind of reminds me of somebody.
Yeah, I know. Really, no yards after catch. I mean, we're kind of like the same guy.
Well, he just saw Chad O'Shea, wide receivers coach, taking over the play calling from Josh McDaniels here on the offensive side of things. Patriots think of everything, covering everything here in the fourth preseason game. Another completion for Brissett. That's Austin Carr inside the 20-yard line. So 3 for 3 beauties from Brissett.
Yeah, no, he's playing a good game other than the one interception, which we're really gonna burn that one down and not blame him for that pass. He's been accurate. Done a good job of not panicking, not running. I haven't seen him run for his life once, even though he's had opportunities to do it. He's staying in the pocket.
Well, we know, judging by the regular season, he can run. Speaking of run, there's LaShawn Daniels. He gets a few down inside the 15. Now, you look at it, Christian, you know, he thrust in last year as a rookie, made the plays that he needed to, but he said it when he went back and looked at the win over the Texans when they shut them out 27-0. He said it was, I thought it was good, and then I looked at it and I'm like, that was awful.
Yeah, it's never as good as you think it is, and it's probably, you know, it's never quite as bad either.
2nd and 6 on the 14-yard line. See what Brissett can do here. He's throwing again. He's completing again to Carr, and Carr is going to waltz into the end zone. Just like that. 4 nice passes from Brissett. This one to Carr for the touchdown. And the Patriots cut the lead to 4.
Yeah. We've seen this play so many times. Here he is right here. Just going to do a quick out. And the speed, now he's not the fastest guy out there, but watch how quickly he gets out of his cut. And it's a bad tackle. It makes one guy miss. Touchdown. Easy pitch and catch. Carr may not be the fastest guy out there, but as far as hand-eye coordination, I mean, he is reliable.
Yeah, that kid's got great hands. Goskowski's got great feet. And he cuts the lead to 3. Jacoby Brissett pumped as the Patriots and Austin Carr get back into this one here at Gillette.
Give the stats.
Well, nice drive there from Jacoby Brissett and Austin Carr. Brissett 4 of 4, 71 yards on the drive. Meanwhile, Austin Carr 3 catches for 48 yards, and Carr, undrafted free agent out of Northwestern, set the single-season school record as a senior with 1,247 yards receiving. Third player since 1998, joining Allen Robinson and David Boston to lead the Big Ten in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns.
Yeah, you would like to think that that means something, that it would give you a little bit of street cred, at least a little bit, when it comes to being drafted, but not drafted. Overlooked.
He's been good in the preseason for New England, and Ed Egan's going to take it out of the end zone and get just over the 25-yard line. The Giants will come out on offense again. All right, let's take a look at the depth chart. And we're going to go inside on this defense, your defensive tackles. You see Brown and Branch are set in cement. Let's go to Andy Hart and Paul Perillo. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the guys below Branch and Brown?
Well, I think when you look at that defensive line, it's the tweener guys that are sort of next in line. It's not necessarily Woodrow Hamilton. Certainly Vincent Valentine, I think, has a roster spot, but Lawrence Guy, Adam Butler are inside-out type guys. They're really defensive tackles, but because of the lack of depth on the end, they're playing on the edges at times. But I think that's that versatile group behind the top guys, Branch and Brown.
And a big gain on first down for the Giants. Sean Drone. Christian, take a look at some of the names here. And guys, again, Brown and Branch. Branch has been outstanding against the run. He really has. What do you see there?
Well, you know, Woodrow Hamilton has also. I mean, here's a guy, just big, physical guy. He's got really good hands. So when he gets a fit and he gets his hands on you, he's going to win that battle. So that's what you like to see. Double teams, we just saw him beat the double team, make the tackle. He's not going to give up on the play, whether it's going to him or going away from him. He's going to fight as hard as possible.
Veteran Josh Johnson is quarterback. Shane Drone with the catch there. Hey, Matt Chatham, let's bring you in here as far as the defensive line is concerned.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, we just talked about Woodrow Hamilton. Here's a guy on this play right here. You're going to see it. He gets double teamed. He actually gets blocked, and he's on the ground, and he's fighting from his knees to try and get up and make the tackle. Gets his hand on him, slows him down. Excellent hustle play, plus for Woodrow Hamilton.
Gain of 3 on the play for the Giants. Second down, Johnson completes it to Travis Rudolph, and he'll get a first down for the Giants. Cyrus Jones on the stop. Matt Chatham, what you're seeing from Woodrow Hamilton, and again, a lot depends on the who they keep and everything else because of the edge rusher issue. We'll talk about that as we go forward, but we're seeing good things from Hamilton here tonight.
Yeah, he's been active, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's not somebody we've talked a lot about, not a lot of guy who's shown up much, but he's doing a great job now with his opportunity. I think when you do look at the defensive line as a whole, you kind of have to think of it as mid-2000s, not what the conversation's been the last couple of years.
Well, and Matt, let's follow that up with your Putnam Spotlight Player of the Night as Johnson goes back here on third down, has plenty of time, unleashes it deep and out of bounds. A guy like Adam Butler, as Cyrus Jones, is down on the play, but I thought on Butler not playing tonight with a helmet off on the sideline. It's got to be good news for him.
Well, yeah, guys, think of it in this vein. Sort of, as I was mentioned, sort of mid-2000s when the rosters looked more like what I was used to, where it wasn't 4 down. They were building a roster for defensive, air quote, defensive ends that were more like Bobby Hamilton, more like Anthony Pleasant, more like Richard Seymour, Jarvis Green. That's a defensive end. I think people now are a little more acclimated to the notion of Rob Ninkovich and Chandler Jones and body types like that. It's much different these days. They're building a different kind of roster.
Well, we talk about Butler, now we talk about Cyrus Jones. We'll have more on that when we return. Well, Bill Belichick checking in on his cornerback, punt returner Cyrus Jones, as he's helped off the field by the Patriots medical staff.
And here he is right here. I just circled him. And he does an excellent job on this route. Doesn't go for the double move, is in great positions on top of the receiver, uses the sideline to help him. Then his knee just kind of buckles, almost hyperextends. You hate to see that for a guy that's really been working so hard, is trying to catch a break.
Well, he just took a bad step. Speaking of steps, Giants with a big gain on first down, but a flag down on the play as well.
Holding, offense number 69. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, it's one thing, again, we talk about health, Christian. Last thing you want to see in any finale of a preseason or in preseason is someone go down with an injury.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially a guy like, well, really anybody.
All the work
but
you put in,
specifically
right?
to Cyrus Jones, who's, you know, let's just be honest. I mean, he's been getting a lot of criticism. You know, people expect him to be starting and playing a role.
But also important, even more important, because of last week with Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
He was a reliable punt returner, too. 2nd and 14 after the holding penalty against New York. Here's Josh Johnson with the quick handoff to Wayne Gallman, and he's near a first down.
That's a really nice, well-designed play. The fullback comes through first and kind of grabs the attention of the linebackers, and the back has plenty of opportunity because they're not really sure what's going on. So Gallman goes upfield, gets a nice little alley, and he gets the positive yards.
He gets a first down, 1st and 10 on the Patriot 39-yard line. Midway through the second quarter here in the preseason finale, the Patriots trail by 3. As Sean Drone with a carry, he'll get a few, and yeah, it gets about 6 or 7 before he's finally brought down by Jonathan Freeney and company.
Yeah, you know, and also, you know, we got somebody else down right now. Also, Woodrow Hamilton is down.
He got banged up. I thought he got banged up on the previous play and then goes down here again.
Well, let's see if we can find it. And hopefully, again, he's been having a great game so far. Here he's right. He's off the ball right here, and you see the play goes the opposite way. Let's see if we can see it. What happens? So he's fighting, comes off of it, and I'm not sure what happened. He just got twirled around, and there goes Cyrus Jones. That's not something you want to see. And that's it. He goes into the tunnel.
If we hear any further updates, we'll give you that. And this is also something you don't want to see as Hamilton goes hobbling off. Woodrow, a second-year player out of Mississippi. As I mentioned, he played in 2 games for the Patriots last year. Started week 5. He's played in all games with 5 tackles so far coming into this game in the preseason.
Yeah, and right away you're getting guys that are just getting extra reps and other opportunities. You never want to see a guy go down, ever. Never want to see that happen, especially this late in the game when you're so close to finding out if you're making the team or not.
We'll see what the Giants can do here on 2nd down. Drone cuts. It's near the 30-yard line. They'll be just shy of a first down.
And as soon as Hamilton comes out, they go right at that middle again.
I can't imagine, Christian, the feeling coming off the field after getting injured in a preseason game. You know, with everything on the line for you, trying to win a job. Drone on 3rd down. He'll have the first down. All the work, all the hours, the OTAs, training camp, and everything else put in makes it difficult.
Yeah, it is. It is tough. So now, number 96, Darius Kill goes in. Number 64, Mikey Bart. There's Kilgo right there. Big number 96, 3rd-year guy out of Maryland. 6'3", 319 pounds, big fella.
On 1st down, it's Drone. All right, Matt Chatham something, again, you don't like to see. We look at that interior. We talked about the defensive tackles behind guys like Branch and company. What kind of things you're looking for here? And I guess got to be disappointing for Woodrow Hamilton, too.
Yeah, it sure is. The guy had a really nice quarter of football. Was really looking like he was, if not fighting for a roster spot, at least another shot at the practice squad. A guy that looked like he was definitely worth keeping around. But again, I think Adam Butler not looking like he's going to be involved in this today is a great sign. You don't have to see undrafted free agents at the big week against Detroit look like he's going to make himself a roster.
It's a completion to Rudolph down near the 10-yard line. And it'll set up another first down for the Giants.
Yeah, that was an excellent route by Travis Rudolph. Really tough for Will Likely to stay with him. Double moved him at the top of it. Really broke it off flat. And good throw by the quarterback, sticking it in there. First, these cornerbacks are going to be challenged right now. There's a long way to go in this game. Travis Rudolph has got some big-time skills at the receiver position.
First and 10 of the 12-yard line for New York, trying to add to their lead. Johnson throws right and complete.
You know, we talked about earlier in the game, making sure everybody lines up in the right spot. And at the very beginning, what the quarterback wants to do, he's trying to get this ball to the wheel wire as the receiver goes out, and he's looking at him the whole time. Watch Bates come over, be in the perfect position. He's got to go to his second option. Hit that underneath route right there. But good job being in the right position by Bates.
Kanan Severin on the reception. DJ Killings also in on the stop. 2nd and 6 at the 8. And is thrown right up the middle near the goal line. It'll be just shy.
They're not shy about just hammering up the middle right there and really coming at this defense is trying to really put that physicality. Watch the blocks right there getting inside out. Big open lane for the tailback.
Giants are the 9th NFL team for Shane Drone, Christian. He's been around quite a while. 4th year out of North Carolina. First and goal at the 1. It's Drone, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Giants. They increase their lead to 9.
There's Brian Flores right now. He's calling the game so far today, and I know everything's pretty much vanilla. It's just a basic goal line defense. But so far, the offensive line of the New York Giants are controlling the line of scrimmage, and Drone easily. He just be careful with that football. That's a dangerous situation, but all it has to do is cross the plane.
Aldrich Rosas in for the extra point for New York. And it's good. 10-point lead for the Giants. Time winding down here in the first half. Well, Bill Belichick and company gearing up for a week from tonight. What should be a special season opener once again for this New England Patriots team here against the Kansas City Chiefs. Everyone looking forward to that.
A week from tonight.
And it'll be a special night for Tom Brady and company, and we all know why, as something gets revealed.
Oh. And there it is right there. Everybody was wondering where the 5th one was going to go. I really like these two myself, 03 and 04. But yeah, they had to basically, here it is right here. Gonna put that big banner right there, and I think everyone should be like a happy face and like stick your tongue out at everybody. nah. We got another one.
Another one. Number 5 for.
And the thing, this guy right here, number 87, he even played in that game. Imagine what this offense is going to look like with a healthy Gronk out to prove that he can make a difference.
DJ Foster out to the 20. It's about the 23 where the Patriots will take over 1st and 10. It's time now for our Verizon positional battle of the night. Tonight's battle is wide receivers, and we all know Cooks and Hogan in light of the Edelman injury. Christian, what are you thinking here when it comes to depth, what the Patriots have, and how they'll adjust now with no Julian Edelman?
No problem. These guys are on this team. The big question is, can a guy like Austin Carr make the team? Could he somehow prove that he belongs? How about Cody Hollister, big catch earlier in the game? Is he a guy that can also make this team? I mean, it's tight over there because they got a lot of skill position players, and there's not a lot of room.
Here's Brissett on first down to the fullback Gronkowski. He catches it, drops it, fumble, and it looks like New York will recover.
Well, they're going to probably end up reviewing this. Got to determine if it's even a catch at first. New York is saying that they got it. There's a big battle underneath there.
Yeah, the Giants emerge with the football.
With it.
Second turnover of the night for the Patriots offense.
Let's see if it is a catch. It's just a waggle route. Quick throw. Catch. Upfield. Yeah, that's a fumble. That's easy to read right there.
Glenn Gronkowski had the ball pop loose. JT Thomas took it away.
Now he's doing everything right. I mean, the only other thing I would do just to be really sure that nothing's going to happen is put two hands on that football. I know that the fullback position doesn't really work in the NFL anymore. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to find fullbacks in the NFL.
Well, the officials looked at the turnover, which they do. They're good with it, and here we go for New York and a disappointed Glenn Gronkowski. First and 10 on the 27 of New England. Giants looking to extend their lead. Already up 10 here in the second quarter. And a completion on first down. Flag on the play will tie on the reception. Like David Jones on the coverage. Let's see what we have here.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 42. Penalties decline. First down.
Yeah, usually when the flag is thrown that late, it's going to be a hold, incidental contact, or pass interference.
Pickup of 24 on the play for the Giants. We'll get back to our Verizon positional chart a little bit later on in the game.
I'm sure Brian Flores, who's calling the defense right now, probably wishes he could draw up some blitzes and really kind of mix it up a little bit just to challenge this offensive line and stress them out just a little bit.
It's good to see Hamilton back in there for New England and stop up the middle.
Yeah, and that'll help right there.
Although he's having a tough time getting up, Christian.
Yeah. Guys, he's not healthy. He drug himself back out there. They carried him off the field. He got back in. He's limping pretty hard, but I mean, that's just really indicative of what this game's all about. There's a roster spot on the line, at least a chance for a practice squad. You can tell he's not right, but he's trying to make sure he can make this team.
That's heart desire. That's what an NFL job means. We saw that with Landon Roberts in this game last year. Fourth game went down with a sprained ankle. Gutted it out, was the leading tackler. Made the Patriots roster and had a big impact. On second down, toss, touchdown. Just like that for the New York Giants. Matt Lacoste with his second of the night.
Yeah, they're just your basic under route by the tight end, and DJ Killings is going to have number 81, Matt Lacoste, man-to-man. And here's Lacoste right here. He's just going to come across and watch Killings chase him late in your screen. There he is. He's a little bit late.
Yeah. David Jones kind of, shaking his head a little bit.
Yeah, well, when you work in that goal line situation, what you're trying to do is get as many pick plays as an offense as you can to kind of knock guys off, stay as tight as possible, really shallow on your routes, and hopefully when you run out the back end, somehow that defender who was chasing you gets knocked off his route and you have a lot of space, and that's exactly what happened with Matt Lacoste.
Jacoby Brissett will have another chance here on a 2-minute drive. Chance to get more points as he warms up with Jimmy.
So this is a great opportunity for Jacoby Brissett. He'll get a 2-minute opportunity after they kick the football off.
Well, we talked to him yesterday. He talked a lot about that quarterback room, Christian, as you look at his numbers from tonight. A couple of touchdowns. He said, Tom, Jimmy, it's interesting, a lot of fun. We're all trying to start. We want the room to feel comfortable with any of us playing. We push each other, compete against the defense, but also cheer each other on.
Yeah, imagine just first of all, even if Garoppolo's not there, just the knowledge, even if you don't say a thing and you don't ever play, just by being around Brady, you're just going to gain so much.
There's DJ Foster bringing it out of the Patriots end zone, and he'll get out over the 20-yard line. That's our 2-minute warning. Jacoby Brissett in the offense will have a chance to put up points. Take a look when we return. Here's a look at the architect of this Patriots dynasty, and Robert Kraft did a wonderful thing this week in response to the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey in the greater Houston area. Robert Kraft encouraged fans to help by pledging to match all donations through redcross.org/the Kraft Group of up to $1 million. He was the first owner in professional sports to do so. You have a chance to donate. Certainly we're all praying and hoping things go well in the recovery for the city of Houston, the great city of Houston, where the Patriots just won a Super Bowl in February. And again, he's got concern, much like every other professional sports owner. Danny Amendola with a connection to the Houston area. Danny's from there. Landon Roberts, the outstanding linebacker, also played at the University of Houston. So lots of concern everywhere for that part of the country. A lot of great stories to come out of there, too. DJ Foster to the game as the Patriots start to run the 2-minute drill. Quick, though, they're content in running off the clock here, Christian. Just a couple of plays, running plays so far.
Yeah, I thought that they would actually end up, allowing Jacoby Brissett to really open it up and try and drive the football down the field, at least get in field goal range. But two handoffs. One, you got to draw to DJ Foster, then an off-tackle play to DJ Foster. Now it's 3rd and 1. If you just see a fullback in there, they're just going up the middle, then they probably want to get this second quarter over with. But they're going to go a YY look, so.
Time winding down, 3rd and 1. And it's Foster again, and he's stopped and crushed in the backfield.
Jailbreak by the New York Giants, and they're going to call timeout.
First, charge timeout.
I don't think anybody was blocked on this play.
30-second timeout.
They let everybody go. And you watch the replay. Watch. Off the block. Oh, okay. It's big number 96. Mapunga. Did I do that one right? You good? You like that one?
That was pretty good.
Number 95. Yeah, I was hoping you were going to say that name, but you kind of just left me out here to dry and were just going to laugh at me like the Mike High Five. Like you wanted nothing to do with the Mike High Five earlier today.
We'll talk about that later. There's DJ Foster, a kid that's an interesting player here for New England. Christian, wide receiver, running back, can play both. Certainly can contribute a lot to this team. And has had a great preseason. Ryan Allen into punt.
You got it.
And Egan at his 32-yard line has some room. Out just over midfield, where the Giants will have another opportunity with 30 seconds left to go to add to their 31-14 lead. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, it's the Geico halftime report. We'll tell you what that is. Union Point, part of the stadium improvements here at Gillette Stadium.
Ooh, I like that.
How beautiful is that?
TV, is that a bar up there?
Perfect night.
How do you get tickets to that?
Well,
you got to know somebody?
You got your connection, so go to it.
Well, you're my connection.
I got nothing for you.
Oh, that means I won't get in.
Also, Steve Burton will have Bill Belichick get the coach's thoughts on the first half. Just winding down. Giants have been able to put up 31 points, looking for more. And they've got a completion down near the 20-yard line. Big pickup for New York.
Just the difference in philosophy so far the end of the first half. The Patriots are just content just to run it, and Giants are pushing the football down the field. They want more points.
Travis Rudolph again with another reception. They again are looking for more points. Just overthrown is Kanan Severin. Now let's go back on this play and take a look and a listen to the last play. Boom, David Jones and Travis Rudolph. Rudolph wins.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. If you want to go back in time, that could have been a lot worse. There's no fear. Receivers don't have a lot of fear going across the middle or going deep anymore because they can't hit you like they used to.
Brian Flores, linebackers coach, just joining us, calling the defensive signals tonight. Now we get a timeout.
First, charge timeout, New England.
Yeah, it looked like
30-second timeout.
They didn't like what was set up on defense. Had a chance for Flores to talk to this defensive crew. And again, part of the learning curve here, Christian, for a guy who's calling the signals tonight for the first time.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these guys have not played together, so the communication is an issue. We talked about it earlier. Knowledge is power. Make sure if you can't line up right, I mean, you don't have a shot, and that's a fact. So, and at the end of the day, it should work out if you line up right, right? I mean, and then just be an athlete, and he's putting you in the right position. They're not doing anything exotic. They're not doing anything crazy. I mean, they're going to play back as far as possible, so the options, look for the draw. No Hail Mary at this point.
2nd and 10 on the 22 with 7 seconds left to go. Josh Johnson.
Quick out.
Throws it complete to Ty. He'll get out of bounds. Near the first down marker in the 10-yard line.
Yeah, so here comes the field goal unit right there. Yeah, they try to show like they were going to go deep and it was going to be Hail Mary, but terrible spot for that. You either got two options. You go to quick out to get it out of bounds and get a little bit of extra yardage, or you give it to the fullback with 7 seconds.
Aldrich Rosas will be in to attempt the 31-yard field goal. He's been busy here in this first half.
Second-year offensive lineman Ted Karras at the nose on field goal block.
A little bit of something to take. We'll talk more about that. Halftime coming up. Jacoby Brissett. We've got a big discussion coming up about the roster. Who makes it, who doesn't. All coming up in the second half as we gear up for the season opener next week. Preseason finale, one half in the books. Patriots trail so far. Well, we're getting ready to start the third quarter. The Patriots got some work to do in the second half. Just a few moments ago, Steve Burton caught up with the Patriots head coach.
Well, joining me now is Patriot head coach Bill Belichick. Coach, I know you gave up 34 points. It's not something you want to see in your final preseason game of the year.
Yeah, well, we'll give up a lot of points if we turn the ball over.
What are your goals in the second half?
To compete for another 30 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Would Jacoby be taking over again, playing the whole second half?
Yeah.
All right,
We will.
coach. All right,
Okay.
good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
All right. Coach Belichick, our guests. Let's send it back upstairs, guys. Not happy.
Those two words describe it, I think, well. Bill Belichick not happy with that first half.
Nothing's going to anger a coach more than just wasted opportunities and the turnovers. Really in terrible field position, too. You give it up right inside their 20.
It's almost like he's looking at it like, you guys are wasting my time. That might have been his halftime speech. You know what I mean? Even though it's the fourth preseason game, don't waste my time, as Will likely gets brought down around the 15-yard line, and the Patriots will come out, start the offense here in the second half. Jacoby Brissett will lead the way, 10 of 11 for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of these problems really are not Jacoby Brissett's fault. The first interception, I'm not going to put that on him. The second one, the second fumble, really, with Gronkowski, that's not his fault either. Other than those two plays, Jacoby Brissett has really been on target with most of his passes.
Got LaShawn Daniels as his running back behind him. Daniels will get the ball on first down. Rips off some decent yardage.
Nice little job by by Daniels right there with a nice little stutter move just to kind of give his offensive line just a little bit more time to work their blocks. And then as soon as he saw the movement, he hits it into second gear and he goes upfield.
2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line. Just underway here in the third quarter. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday night as a completion to Daniels. Avoids the hit and gets out near the 30-yard line for the first down.
That was almost another possible, at least tip ball. This time left tackle Croston is the left tackle. He's going to try and get the end on the ground. And every tackle so far is missing on their cut blocks on these quick throws.
Here comes Carr in motion. On first down, it's Daniels. That's a couple. Hey, you look at it, and one of the situations we talked about a lot here is who's your lead running back and how many stay. And Christian, we saw Gillisley last week who looked good. You've got Dion Lewis, James White, Rex Burkhead. Then kind of try to figure it out after that behind him. On 2nd and 6, Daniels carries again. We got a flag down on the play of the backfield. That always looks like it may be a hold.
Yeah, holding, offense number 67.
Yep.
10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
I was just looking at that play and thinking, wow, that's a great push to the front side where they really collapse that end. And that's on big number 67, Connor McDermott again. You know, I don't want to go to the sidelines right now if I'm McDermott.
Hey, I'd like to go back down to our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios and bring in Andy Hart and Paul Perillo. And gentlemen, talking about, we see Daniels out here now, but the running back situation, how many do you think they'll keep on this roster, and who gets the ball first up?
Well, I think Gillisley is the guy that gets the ball first. I think he's going to be your quote-unquote lead back, although I don't think it'll approach LeGarrette Blount, 299 carries. The interesting guy for me in the mix is Brandon Bolden. Such a trusted, respected, and really liked veteran guy, special teamer who can fill in as a runner or a receiver in a pinch. Does he make the roster? Because I think the other guys, the passing backs, White, Lewis, and certainly Foster has made a nice run here. Burkhead, is there room to keep Brandon Bolden?
Yeah, I think all 6 of these guys end up making it. And I think when we started to talk about wide receivers in the first half, these guys might factor into that equation, because I think especially a guy like Foster, but really all of these guys, Burkhead, Lewis, James White, they're all such gifted pass catchers. I think you could use a guy like Foster maybe in the slot a little bit. He has experience playing in the slot from college. So I think a lot of versatility, and that's going to lead Bill Belichick to say these 6 guys are among his best players.
Yeah, Burkhead with the Burkett rather with Brissett with the throw there. Yeah, I'll get you before I come back. With the incompletion on 3rd down, that'll set up a 4th down in a punting situation. Matt Chatham, you like Brandon Bolden. He just keeps showing up, and he's kind of one of those key special teams guys.
Yeah, for sure. And think a little context here, guys. Think of all the core guys who aren't playing on special teams right now. We don't know their relative health because they're not out there, but your Brandon Kings, your Matthew Slater, up and down the list of guys there that are usually out there, they're not involved.
All right, that was Kenny Moore with the big hit right there. See the Patriots defense. Talk more about this roster when we return.
Today,
Well, before the break, a nice play on special teams by Kenny Moore. Let's get downstairs to Matt Chatham for thoughts on that. Matt?
Yeah, Kenny Moore here does a great job. He's in a double team situation. He's got to split the double. Instead, likes the soft outside, but now he stacks the guy. Great effort here, and Lil Pop making a play. Kenny Moore making a case for himself for one of those gunner positions.
You're breathing heavy after that one, Matt.
A little bit. Enjoyed it.
Kenny Moore from Valdosta in Georgia. 5 interceptions, 65 tackles last year. Patriots back on defense. Running the football is Shane Drone. Ran it quite well in that first half. Let's take a look at the corners. Speaking of Kenny Moore, kind of what we see there. Let's go to Paul and Andy back downstairs. Gentlemen, your thoughts and take a look behind Butler and Gilmore.
But after that, I think what you're talking about is the Cyrus Jones injury.
Yeah.
And is that something that's going to be long-term? Because I think he was going to be on this team as a punt returner and maybe an extra cornerback. Does that open up an opportunity for a guy like Justin Coleman, who looked like he struggled a little bit? Was he not going to make the roster? Could he now? So I think there's some movement at the bottom of the depth chart.
Let's get back to that after this throw by Johnson. A completion, Severin. And he'll get out near a first down yard. Guys, when you look at that, how many guys, we can put that chart back up on the cornerbacks. Paul and Andy, how many guys do you think will be kept off this list there, kept on from this list?
Well, I definitely agree with Andy about Eric Rowe. He's been the clear-cut number 3 guy, and Jonathan Jones looks pretty secure. You don't see him on the field tonight. That's a great sign for the second-year guy out of Auburn. But, the undrafted rookies, to me, that's a spot. That's a position that one of those guys tends to make the roster. Obviously, Malcolm Butler being the most celebrated of those guys. But I really don't think the secondary has played very well all summer long. So it's going to be interesting to see if Cyrus Jones' injury opens an opportunity for somebody else. Kenny Moore would be the one guy that stuck out among that group to me.
Well, on third down, Jonathan Freeney with a big stop. But a first down for the Giants. They'll keep the chains moving. It's interesting, too. You see the last 2 names on that list. We saw Cyrus Jones get down with an injury here earlier, Christian, and also Will Likely. Now you start to think of who's going to return punts for this team. If Jones is down, if Edelman's down for the year, you think of Danny Amendola, but then who else? I mean, Will Likely is a guy who may see return punts here in the second half.
Oh, yeah. DJ Foster is a guy. Deion Lewis is another guy. Just names of guys that are used to handling the football.
Gino Grissom, good pursuit, on a completion. The Severin pushed out of bounds by DJ Killing. Drone, rather, on the reception.
So far, Gino Grissom, we've been talking a lot, but you watch Gino Grissom, he's going to come all the way around here and chase the quarterback. He's done a nice job setting the edge, getting at the quarterback, already has 1 sack. Now watch him with the spin move, comes inside and forces the quarterback outside. Still gets the completion, but being real disruptive so far in this game.
First and 10 on the 45-yard line of New York. Giants leading by 20 here, just underway, second half. Patriots preseason finale getting ready for a week from tonight. Open up their season against Kansas City. And here's Johnson on the throw and a completion. And another first down inside New England territory. And that's Jerome Lane, whose father played at the University of Pittsburgh, made famous by Bill Raftery. Remember him? Send it in, Jerome Lane. And a backboard-shattering dunk.
Wait. You asked me about this earlier in the day. Here comes the pass. He's just going to come all the way across, and it's play action, which means they're going to run that action away and try and get that defense to commit and then go out the back door.
He should have dunked it. Don't you remember that? That was the Big East days, my Syracuse days.
Syracuse days.
Guys, I know it's not the impressive part, not the thing you want to see on a giant completion there, but really Kenny Moore there again, showing up with the tackle. Nice form tackle, sort of rugby style there. Picks him up, lifts him in the air. Again, it's not a coverage-related point. That wasn't his play. But if you're looking to sneak onto a special teams unit and show that, you know what? I tackle well in space.
Yeah.
I'm dependable. A lot of these defensive backs, Jonathan Jones is another one of those. They tackle great. It's not really a coverage point for that particular role.
We all know how important special teams are to Bill Belichick as well. Johnson with time, fires, and just off the hands. Incomplete to Ed Egan.
Yeah, and that's fortunate play right there for the New England Patriots, because the tight end was wide open. Will time for the New York Giants. Wide open, coming out, running the deep crossing route. The entire defense had over pursued again, biting on the play action. And Johnson comes out the backside rolling out, and he's got plenty of time, but I don't know why he did it anyways. He's trying to get that deep out route when he had the crossing route wide open.
3rd and 6 on the 32 of New England. Here's Johnson. Time. Now eludes pressure, runs. He's pushed out of bounds by Will Likely and Demarius Travis. And it looks like he'll be short of the first down.
Another high effort play by Grissom on the outside. He's going to get some help from the inside also, but let's focus on Grissom right here. Watch it. Oh, nice little hop step. Going to spin. And the attacker just flat out just gives up on him. And he just keeps getting into the play, and watch the hit right here. Listen to it.
He popped him. And Giants are going for it. 4th and 1 on the 27-yard line, and why not? They've had a lot of success on offense. See if the Patriots defense can hold.
Trying to get a timeout, too.
And we do get a timeout.
Charge timeout, New York. 30-second timeout.
Oh, let's get back downstairs to Matt Chatham. And Matt, you talked about a guy like Kenny Moore. The Patriots certainly are banged up when it comes to injuries, and importantly, when it comes to special teams. And that's, a huge factor with Bill. Guys have been sitting, among the likes of Matthew Slater, those kind of players that we haven't seen too much of lately. Nate Ebner, Shea McClellan, all those kind of guys. How does that factor in? Brandon King with what, Joe Judge and the special teams unit needs when they start a week from tonight.
You covered it all there, Rochi. There's not much more to say. You just mentioned 5, 6, 7 of their core 4 special teams guys. And, again, we don't know from our point of view because they're not practicing to what extent they're injured, but it would be a little concerning to say, hey, cut a guy like Brandon Bolden who's so dependable, so good there for you when so many of the core 4 guys may potentially be banged up.
All right, 4th down again. And the carry and the stack by the Patriots defense. Wayne Gallman didn't make it. And the Patriots defense does a nice job there, putting up the front. And the Patriots offense will get a turn thanks to its D.
We're back here at Gillette Stadium. Patriots down 34-14 in the 3rd quarter. Many people got to see a piece on Union Point at halftime. Well, joining me now is the owner of Union Point, Kyle Corkum. And Kyle, what is Union Point?
So, Steve, Union Point is a city that our firm L-Star is building. It's on the South Shore. It's 12 miles south of the city in Weymouth, Rockland, and Abington.
What makes you want to be a part of here at Gillette Stadium?
Well, so I grew up in Attleboro, just down the road, and when Mr. Kraft came in and told us that he was going to build this incredible stadium that would be the best in the country,
right.
It was hard to imagine such a thing could happen on the South Shore, but he did it. And so he inspired developers like me to think bigger like that. And so we've reshaped our vision of Union Point because of his inspiration.
So what you're doing is you're expanding the stadium as well.
Well, you know, so when we thought of the best way we could demonstrate to New England this is a long-term commitment, we couldn't imagine a better partnership than the Patriots.
All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I got to get myself up there. I think I know the right guy, right?
Excellent. Yeah, come on up. We'll take good care of you.
All right, Kyle. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Kyle Corkum, our guest. Let's go back upstairs, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. And yeah, sounds like a pretty nice place to go, South Shore.
You know, and we're just talking about all the different. We usually look at the skill position players and all the different and how versatile they can be, whether it be a linebacker, defensive end, receivers, fullbacks. You look at a guy like Ted Karras right now. He started the game, he was playing center, now he's playing guard. And now we already saw him on the PAT block.
Big part of that depth on the offensive line. Brissett with a completion to KJ May for a first down for the Patriots.
It's such a good thing to do if you're an offensive lineman. Really, like, how do you show you can contribute in other ways, right? I mean, you just like, okay, I'm a guard. Like, I can't go out for a pass, so I better be able to play center. I better know what everybody's doing on that offensive line. No, by the way, if you need a body on the PAT block, I could be that guy also.
He played in every game last season, and here's Daniels with a big hole. He gets out near a first down as the Patriots continue this drive here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Giants starting to get a little beat up here. The New England Patriots deciding, like, okay, we're going to run the football in every single play. There's big Karras right there, number 75. Ferentz goes in at center. Douglas goes in at left guard. And Crosby goes in at left tackle.
Talk to Ted Karras. He's a guy that just loves to play the game. Daniels will be just short on second down.
And fellas, number 65, Jamil Douglas, he's another guy that warrants a longer look too. We mentioned him a little bit earlier in the preseason, but he's a former fourth-round pick from the Miami Dolphins, has been pretty stable when it comes to his second group. He's kind of always in that spot, unless he was, I think he was nicked up a little bit a week ago or so. But he's been stable. He's done a great job, and you have to assume there's two depth jobs on the inside available.
Here's Brissett on third down. Fakes, now he's going to run the football, slide, and get another first down, and keep the chains moving.
Yeah, you got to love that. I mean, you got to love the fact that he can run now. And he hasn't been doing, I mean, he's got it in him, but Brissett can run. He's got some wheels, and he's not afraid to take the ball and go.
Another plus for Ted Karras. Christian, he told us a couple of weeks ago, honored to play for Bill Belichick. Thought about that a lot in the offseason. No one can ever take that away from me. I'll cherish that forever. Saying the right things, too.
Yeah, he may be my favorite guy right now on the offensive line.
From a football family. Daniels gets tripped up on first and 10 at the 39. Yeah, he's got a, you know.
Oh, I love the way you put that, Christian. I think it probably goes for you and I as well. But he says, you know what? The greatest coach of all time wanted to win a championship, and he put together a team, and for some reason he wanted me on it. I mean, I never thought of it that way, but I'm like, you know what? That's a great way to think of it.
Well, his uncle Alex punched a horse in Blazing Saddles. Well, that's one of my favorite family things from there, too.
Mongo only pawn in Game of Life. That's one of the best quotes of all time now.
A toll booth in the middle of the desert. All right, here's Brissett, dumps it out to Daniels, who tries to run before he catches it. On second down, it'll set up third down.
Yeah, we with all these players, during the preseason, and well, here he goes, Daniels. Just, he knows he should have had that one, and that was a catchable pass. But he's just got just an odd, likable personality. There's Chad O'Shea, receivers coach, calling the plays right now. Heavy dose of run, and offensive linemen, they're just a different breed as it goes. Anyways, just for the work that they're asked to do, the grinding and the physical nature of their job.
It's a trait of Belichick players. They love the game. Here's Brissett. Loves that pass. That's complete to Devin Lucien.
I know that looks routine by Jacoby Brissett, but the whole process that he just went through from being stretched out of the pocket, and there's Lucien right there. Good catch. Good job keeping his feet in bound.
Pickup of 11 for Lucien. Patriots moving the ball here. Daniels with another carry. He grinds out a few. You know, look at a guy like Devin Lucien trying to make this team. Arizona State graduate, transferred from UCLA, was on the New England practice squad all year last year. He's played in all the preseason games, 4 receptions for 40 yards. And again, if he can't get a job here, looking elsewhere. Brissett pressured, gets away nicely. 20, 10, and out of bounds.
Such a threat with his legs. Really, the Giants really had him in a great position to just corner him, trap him, get a loss of yards, and watch him. He's going to just fake it real quick and forget about it. I'm out of here. He's going to get outside and tuck it and go. Keeping this drive alive. There, look at that.
Yeah,
he's not afraid.
Flex all you want as Daniels gets stopped at the middle. Oh, you look at Jacoby Brissett, Christian. You know, last year in that win over the Texans in Week 3, 27-yard touchdown run, longest run by a Patriots quarterback since Steve Grogan in 1978 when Grogs had one from 31 yards.
Well, you know, Patriots, you know, it's not like they're known for their wheels at the quarterback position, right? How often is Brady running? And when Brady does one, don't you get nervous?
Get down, Brissett looking end zone. Incomplete, intended for Tony Washington.
Eventually, you knew they were going to try and take a shot. And here's the route, just to get a quick little fade right, and just get to the corner route, gives himself lots of space. The ball's kind of behind him.
Guys, as a side note to this, just the action on the field, it's late in the third quarter of the 4th preseason game, and a game that's not particularly close, and Gillette Stadium is still packed. You look around the stands here, this looks like a regular season game.
Well, they love themselves some football and is kind of rehearsing for a week from tonight. So why not sit back, relax, and
absolutely
watch these kids
the
play.
environment here is incredible.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You're on 3rd down, Brissett into the end zone. Caught, touchdown. That's the beauty. Brissett to Lucien, and the Patriots get a score. 12 yards out. Nicely done on a nice connection.
Now I'm actually amazed. The play clock was winding down. He had about 1 second left to get this play off. And here's Lucien right here. The play kind of breaks down, and you see here comes the blitz, and they're trying to, and it's just a quick outside fade route. Gets around the corner, stacks the defender. Beautiful pass right here. Off his spot, throws the football. Perfect precision. Excellent throw. Great catch. That is a great execution because that, before the ball was actually snapped, it looked like they weren't even going to be able to get it off because the 2 wide receivers weren't even lined up right.
3rd touchdown pass of the night for Jacoby Brissett. Goskowski with the extra point. And the Patriots cut the lead to 13. Let's take one more look at this touchdown. Brissett with a pass. Lucien, the nice reception. And Jimmy G says, way to go, Jacoby.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
And we're back here at Gillette Stadium. Time now for our Bank of America trivia question. Here you go. Which team did Bill Belichick defeat for his first career playoff win as a head coach?
So we're going to have to go. I'm assuming it's when he was the Cleveland Browns head coach, right?
I don't know.
Well, no, I'm not talking it through with you.
Question.
You don't have the answer?
I would think so, right?
Yeah, okay. So let's, all right, I think I got an answer.
There you go. I can't wait to hear this. This is Christian all by himself tonight. Here's the answer. Which team did Bill Belichick defeat for his first career playoff win as a head coach? Answer is...
I'm going to go...
Patriots.
Oh, well, I was going to say the Patriots. You put the answer up there too quick. I was going to say the Patriots. I was going to see the New England Patriots, January 1st, 1995.
There's no way you were going to say
that was my answer. I mean, it's all a trick. They're trying to trick us, right? Okay? That's what Franny's doing down there.
It's called the circle of life right there for Bill, right? Good job, Christian.
Do I get credit for that?
in what capacity? First out of quick completion, out of bounds. Davis Webb into the game for the Giants at the quarterback position.
So far, Trevor Bates, there's another guy we haven't really talked a lot about when we say his name, just on the fact that he's been involved in a lot of tackles so far tonight. In coverage, only had the one real tough play where Matt LaCause had that touchdown in the red zone, but other than that, he's been solid.
Yeah, he's had a good camp, too. Kid out of Maine. Second down for the Giants. Time winding down here in the third quarter. Webb is going to give it to Shane Drone, and he'll get enough for a first down. One more play coming up. Gain of 9 there.
Man, Woodrow Hamilton still in the game. You know, it's... You listen, and another opportunity. Obviously, the guy can play. He's in the NFL, but again, can you play with pain? Can you tough it out? Can we rely on you?
You can tell the things that he handles pretty well right now with the injury is direct run. They run right at him. He's great. He can hold his ground, but you have to turn and chase. That's when the injury kicks in. But all the credit in the world for the kid to trying to tough it out.
Yeah, reminds me again of Landon Roberts last year in this preseason finale against the Giants. Webb trying to get the play off, and I don't think he did. We got a flag down. It'll be delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard lead. First down.
Nothing worse than the quarterback has that foot going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Can't get the snap off. Take a breath, son. You'll be okay. Rookie out of California. And he'll get to think about this one again as time winds down here in quarter number 3. 3 in the books, 1 quarter to go here in the preseason
of the third quarter.
We'll come back, talk all Patriots. Stay with us.
Patriots preseason football.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah. It was awesome, though.
Hey, y'all play together. Play for each other. You know what we got? Fly around out there. All right? Trenches on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice catch, buddy. Good job. Let's put another drive together here. Start fast.
That was your Bose sounds of the game. As we continue along, just starting the fourth quarter. Glad to have you with us. Dan Roach, Christian Fourier, Matt Chatham down on the field. Andy Hart, Paul Perillo in the Bob's Discount Furniture Studios. Steve Burton as well with us. And the final preseason game where the Giants just had a big reception by Kanan Severin. And they'll be 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line of New England. And on first down, they're going to run the football. That's Shane Drone. He'll get a couple. You saw at the beginning there, Christian. That was Bill Belichick talking to Bubba Watson, 2-time Masters champion. And Bill was talking about the Greenbrier. Said, missed you at the Greenbrier 2 years ago when we were there with the Saints. Bubba was there doing some throwing drills, trying to competitions, throw to the bucket with Drew Brees and everything else, having a great time. I think he's a part owner or he's got something to do with the Greenbrier. So,
okay.
Bill loved it down there. He's had all kinds of guests and it's fun to watch. And Bubba's in town for the Dell Technologies tournament, the FedEx Cup playoffs over at TPC in Norton, which starts with the first round tomorrow. There's a first down for the Giants. Let's take a look at some linebacker depth chart now as where the Patriots are with that. And again, injury's a factor. Andy Hart, Paul Perillo, take us away there and kind of look at what you see here. Who stays, who goes, who maybe goes on IR.
Well, Roche, I think in relation to tonight's game, the name you look at is Jonathan Freeney, playing well into the fourth quarter, second half of the fourth preseason game. A guy that, as of last September, was actually starting football games for this team, but a lot has changed since then. I think bringing David Harris in to be a depth guy who's on the sideline tonight, probably good for his status on this team. Landon Roberts has seemingly carved out a role for himself over the last year. Freeney looks like a guy that, if not on the bubble, could find himself on the outside of this roster.
Yeah, bigger picture here, a guy that I'm looking at is Shea McClellan, who we haven't really seen anything from all summer long, and he's been out for a long time. We're not exactly sure what the injury is, and we're wondering, after missing this amount of time, will he be ready for the start of the season? And Matt Chatham earlier talked about all the different special teams guys that have been nicked up, and I think that's a concern. And I think that's one reason why you saw the Patriots go out and make that move to acquire Marquise Flowers, who does play linebacker, but is also a special teams player.
A second down incompletion. Well, then we start to take in the factor, too, of who the edge rushers are. That's a big part of this team right now, too, because they lost, Long. They lost Sheard, and Ninkovich retired. Now some of those linebackers, like a Shea McClellan that you'd wish you have, become important as far as that edge rush is concerned.
Yeah, and right now, your best pass rusher, at least as far as numbers go, going back to last year, is Trey Flowers. No Ninkovich. And this guy right here, Dante Hightower. Where's he going to fit? How's he going to play? I mean, doesn't have not the greatest outside rusher, but just such a big physical force. And you can play him in multiple positions.
Well, when you look at him, you think strip sack in the Super Bowl, too. Here's Webb with the pass, the reception. And it's called the catch, complete to Marquise Bundy.
And here it is right here. It's just going to be a back shoulder throw. Great hand placement right there, but it's a good throw by the quarterback. And Moore, although he's in good position, can't track the ball late. Tries to recover and play through the hands of the receiver, but it's too late.
Giants will hurry up to the line of scrimmage. First and goal at the 10-yard line of New England as they look to add more points. Wayne Gallman with a carry down to the 5-yard line.
And you talked about Freeney so far, 8 tackles so far on the day. And this big fella right here, Woodrow Hamilton, and we've been talking a lot about roster depth and linebackers and DNs and secondaries. This guy has been battling since he went on the field, just really doing an excellent job trying to hold his ground, fighting for every single inch.
Giants on second down. Under 12 to go here in the fourth quarter, preseason game number 4. Here's Webb, looks end zone, miscommunication, incomplete.
Yeah, somebody went the wrong way. He's thinking fade, and they're in a quick slant, and maybe it was a side adjust, something that the receivers didn't know. He's like, oh man, my bad. Marquise Bundy for the Giants. Wasted opportunity for the Giants.
Now they'll have a third and goal at the 5-yard line.
Wouldn't be surprised if they run the same exact route, but they just do it to the other side. And here he is right here.
Bad snap. Webb just has to dive on it. That'll create a 4th down situation. And out comes the field goal unit for New York. They look to add to that 13-point lead.
Let's see if we got Teddy Karras on the field goal block there, Matt.
He's been playing right in the middle before the guys. I got the side view here.
Yeah,
They've seen enough.
I don't see him down there. As the 27-yard field goal by Rosas is good. 1 week to go until the regular season here at Gillette Stadium. This place will be rocking next Thursday, and the Patriots open up against the Chiefs.
to go to Hollister. And then again, KJ May on the under route. And then he's going to throw it to number 81, the other Hollister, for a deep fade route. He goes up and gets it. 6 plays, 35 yards, touchdown. Excellent start for Jacoby Brissett.
One of 3 touchdown passes on the night for Brissett. Devin Lucien with a return just outside the 20-yard line. This is driving our cameras, driving their way home.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Pepsi Close-Up Player of the Game. So far, Jacoby Brissett. Both good and bad on the night. Mostly good, though. 3 touchdowns, 15 of 19 for 164 yards. And, okay, then you see the good, the bad, and the ugly. But Jacoby Brissett, so far, pretty good night. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, pretty good night for Brissett. He's throwing here on first down. And he's completing on first down to Tony Washington near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think he's had a great night so far. I mean, the numbers. I mean, 3 touchdown passes.
Second down.
The 1 interception. If you really want to be a tough grader, and you probably are, Rochi, you were going to sit there and you know, blame that interception, the first interception, on Jacoby Brissett. Fine, we'll live with that. But overall, great consistency, accurate. I mean, he's running out of the pocket. I mean, everything you would want him to do. Great development so far.
Well, they call that an incompletion to Washington, and it's second down. It'll be DJ Foster with the run.
You know, we've been putting up these depth charts, and DJ Foster is one of those guys that we've been looking at. And I think the coaching staff's got to be really happy with his production so far, and especially I think he's proven that he's a guy at only 195 pounds, can run inside, can run outside. We know he can catch the football. I mean, this is a guy that had 222 catches for over 2,400 yards in his college career. Playing in the slot does not concern this guy.
Yeah, he's got some versatility, that's for sure. Here's a completion from Brissett over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. James O'Shaughnessy in his 3rd year out of Illinois State, gain of 15 on the play.
I mean, another guy. O'Shaughnessy's another guy. When you look at the tight ends, you know, great job. Here's Brissett just finding the lane right there. And go ahead, Rochi.
Yeah, let's toss that one around here then, Christian. We'll start with you. Do you think Bill Belichick will keep 3 tight ends? Gronk and Dwayne Allen, and he's got a guy like O'Shaughnessy. Do you think he'll do that?
Well, I think it's okay. That's going to drive everybody crazy right there with the ball hitting the turf. But you know what? The thing is that the Devlin can also play that role as the Y and the F. And you know what the Patriots like to do with that extra tight end? They'll use Cameron Fleming or they'll use another lineman to play that because maybe they don't want to carry an extra guy. But Matt Langle is no longer on the team, so maybe there's a possibility for a guy like James O'Shaughnessy to kind of fit into the rotation.
Paul and Andy down at our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios as we watch Brissett here on second down. Got a little push pass, and that'll be another first down for New England, complete to Daniels, the running back. Let's talk tight end. Paul and Andy, your thoughts? Do they keep more than two, more than Gronk and Allen?
Rochi, I like James O'Shaughnessy a lot. I think he has a lot of offensive upside. When the trade came down from Kansas City, he was sort of billed as a special teamer because he only had, I think, 8 catches over 2 years there. He admitted that he struggled some offensively. But I see upside athletically and as a pass catcher. I know he had the bad drop last week. And I think he does make the roster. I think he sneaks his way on. We've seen some injuries kind of creep up here. I think he's one of the last guys to make it.
Well, here's Brissett going deep. He's got a man. That time it's complete. Devin Lucien down inside the 10-yard line on a nice pass from Jacoby Brissett. 45 yards on the completion.
Everything about this play worked, from the pickup from O'Shaughnessy, who we were just talking about, to Lucien doing a great job getting upfield. Now watch him try and stack the receiver, but a beautiful throw by Brissett. Right in his wheelhouse, right in his honey hole, right there, and the defensive back can't get over in time.
First and goal, Daniels pounds his way down to the 5-yard line. Yeah, what a beautiful pass that was.
And I tell you what, you look at the execution of the route, and everybody looks at the pass that goes down the field and the fact that the receiver caught it. But O'Shaughnessy had a blitz pickup, and if he doesn't at least jam the corner or the safety that is coming upfield, Brissett doesn't have an opportunity to play it. So that's a heads-up play by O'Shaughnessy, recognizing the danger in that situation, not running his route and slowing down the defender.
Second and goal at the 5. Patriots trying to pounce here. Daniels pushes his way near the 4. That'll set up the 3rd and goal.
So passing down right here, they're going to grab a bunch of receivers, put that sub package on the field right now. Keep one tight end on. DJ Foster is on the field. No, they got a giant field down.
Curtis Grant down for the Giants. We'll see if the Patriots can convert. 3rd and goal when we return.
One of our main goals and objectives is really to create some great game space. We know that there's a lot of space on the 100 lower concourse level that allows you great gathering natural areas for fans to hang out and one another. Our north end and the south end to provide that. We didn't really have that same space up in the upper concourse. So a lot of what we did was focus on areas that we could transform. Tirelessly to talk to our fans and our customers and understand where else we can operate that are creating their experience.
And we talked about O'Shaughnessy and the ability to pick up the little things, and here he is circled right here. This back is going to come. He's got to abort his route and watch him chip him, slow him down, and then the tackle has enough time to get out, and that's Max Rick, rookie out of Harvard. He has enough time to step inside, help the guard, then come back outside and get the defensive back that's blitzing. Unbelievable play. Great heads-up play by O'Shaughnessy.
3rd and goal at the 4. That was a beauty. We'll see what Brissett can do here. Looking for another touchdown for this offense. Here we go. Squeezes through. He's going to use his feet this time. Jacoby Brissett.
Yes. Brady likes it. Yes. Yep. I can't do that, but I am pliable.
You know he's saying that,
yeah.
Right? I wish I could do that.
Solder likes it. Everybody likes it. It's a broken play. I mean, I like the fact that he's not forcing the issue. I mean, he wants to throw the route. This is what you do. Let the receivers catch the ball, but watch it. Watch it just kind of open up. There's nothing there. The clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. There's this huge void right there. And obviously, that tackle's not going to happen.
Here we go. Extra point. Good by Gostkowski. A good night for Brissett. Here's another touchdown. Arm, nope, feet, yup. Gets it done. And he's got an admirer. Jimmy and Tom makes him stand up. Top of the hour here in Foxborough. Glad to have you with us. Preseason finale, Patriots and the Giants. Dan Roach, Christian Fourier, Matt Chatham, Paul Perillo, and Andy Hart in our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios. Steve Burton on the sidelines as well. And it's time now, a little buying. Time to our buy of the game, brought to you by CarMax. Drive what's possible. Best buy of the game. Gentlemen, let's take a look at these names, and what do you think? We'll begin down at Bob's. Let's go down to those fellas in the studio, guys.
Well, Rochi, I think it's an easy one. I think it's Jacoby Brissett. Most extended playing time. I've seen him make some of the best throws we've seen in whatever it's been, the 16 months that he's been a New England Patriot. And that's what we've talked about, wanting to see him just get reps, go through the experience, and improve. And I think he's been very impressive.
Yeah, you talk about game operation. That was what he wanted to do. He wanted to be in and out of the huddle. He wanted to be crisp. The offense has been crisp. And everything that he's done has looked, for the most part, the way it's been drawn up. And that's what I like the most. I know he can improv, and I know he can make plays with his feet, but I also saw some really good throws out of the pocket tonight. Very accurate. I think it's been a strong night for Brissett.
Matt Chatham, who you buying?
Well, this is a layup where you laid me inside the basket with the ball. Of course, it's Jacoby. I mean, I don't think there really is another choice here, especially with the uncertainty with that position a year from now. You're not going to pass on this guy. He played exceptional tonight. He's been great at times with individual throws, but it's been the long sequences, being able to put together long drives. He hasn't had the opportunity, like Andy and Paul said. I mean, this is the first time we've seen an extended run where it's, one bad series, and maybe that's all you did for a day. Now it's bad series, go back out, go for a long touchdown drive. So, he's really improving. And, again, he actually made the point himself in his meeting with all of us. Where was Tom Brady at, his second training camp? Still in a learning process. Jacoby's making nice jumps. He's definitely a part of this team.
Yeah, Christian, there was some chatter out there that he, might be on the bubble. What do you think about after what you've seen tonight?
Well, you know what? I'm going to let this play run out real quick, because I want to get the graphic back up there as far as whether we're buying or selling on these guys. And here comes my graphic, because here's what I'm going to do. I want the whole lot. I want all of them. I want O'Shaughnessy. I want Carr. I want Brissett. I want Freeney. All of them are playing excellent tonight. Everybody's making a difference. Freeney's got a bunch of tackles. O'Shaughnessy's, not only is he playing tough and physical, but he's playing smart. Okay, Austin Carr, you see what he's able to do. So reliable, tough kid. I mean, yes, does he need to develop a little bit more and need some more seasoning? Sure, but he's worth the gamble. All those guys have really shined tonight. And I would even put, Woodrow Hamilton up there. There's another guy that has done a great job.
On third down, an incompletion. Patriots defense right there. Oh, Paul and Andy, Christian got greedy. You guys greedy too. How many of those 4 make the final roster?
I want a hot dog. I want a hamburger.
You'll get nothing and like it.
Exactly.
Well, no one said it wasn't an option, all right?
Yeah, Christian, one of the interesting guys to me is O'Shaughnessy, and you've been talking a lot about him picking up a blitz here and there, and I think that's the one area that really stands out to me that he has to improve on. And I'm not sure that a third tight end is necessarily a move tight end, a guy that you want going out catching the passes. I know he can do that. I'm just not sure that Bill Belichick is going to find a lot of value in that for a third tight end. So I disagree with my buddy here, Andy, a little bit, who is in love with O'Shaughnessy and thinks he's a lock for the roster.
All right,
Lock a little strong, Andy?
Lock's a little strong, but the guy's going to make a play for this team this year.
Yeah. I like him a lot, but I'm not sure there's room for him.
First punt of the night for the Giants. We got a flag at the play. Will Likely was back on the punt return.
Holding, receiving team number 29. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
And Christian, in light of what we saw with Julian Edelman going down last week, Cyrus Jones out with an injury. Don't know the specifics of that one other than a knee. Here's a guy, Will Likely. You're sitting there and talk about who's going to be punt returner for this Patriots team. Will Likely is a kid out of Maryland who can do it quite well.
Yeah, and he's getting the looks, but unfortunate for him is that the Giants just punted for the first time. And even if Cyrus Jones was in there, Coach wants to get him some more reps. He wouldn't even have had an opportunity. So, yeah, you try and figure out who's going to return punts, because Cyrus Jones, not sure if we're going to see him again. Edelman, maybe the Dola gets into play.
On first down, it's Brissett to Foster. He'll get a first down. But, yeah, Will Likely's an interesting guy. You look at him, Paul and Andy, just your thoughts on Will Likely, and more so in the big picture. Who's going to return punts for this football team a week from tonight?
It's going to be interesting. I think there's a couple of guys Christian mentioned early on. It's DJ Foster, it's Dion Lewis. It could be Amendola, but I think his role on offense might be a little bit bigger with the Edelman injury. But to me, Lewis and Foster, those guys would appear to have the skill set to do it. We've seen Lewis do it a little bit this summer. We saw Foster do it a little bit last summer. I think one of those guys will emerge.
And there's completion for Brissett, just over the 30-yard line.
I mean, he has not thrown many bad passes at all. Like, I'm trying to be critical as much as I can, but other than the pass that was called incomplete that nobody reviewed, and the interception that was because the defensive end wasn't knocked to the ground, and he just missed it the very first play. Pump fakes the defensive end and gets it to DJ Foster.
Well, he got it to Foster faster. You're right. There's Foster. He takes a big hit. Laid out by Tim Scott. But continuing with that conversation now, we discussed the punt returns. In light of the injury to Edelman, how different will Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, Brady, and this offense look starting next week against Kansas City? What changes, Christian?
Well, I think you just look at the tempo. That's the first thing you'll notice right away with this offense, the tempo. You saw it a little bit last week with Brady and company, and how fast they got to the line of scrimmage, how quickly the play was called, how quickly he identified where he wanted to go with the football. That, to me, felt like regular season football. So fast, so quick. You saw the defense. They were on their heels. They couldn't catch up. They were guessing wrong every single time. The defensive backs were out of position. Lots of run after catch. I mean, just that's what you'll notice right off the bat come Thursday.
Here's Brissett with another completion.
I mean, you'll sit there and you'll look at that and say, that's a bad throw. I mean, to the novice guy, but that's exactly where he has to throw. The tight end, Hollister, just runs an out route. The backer is coming over late to cover him, and he throws it low and outside.
Here he is on second down. Another completion to Foster into Giants territory. You know, going back to Brady, Edelman was his guy on third down, one of the best in the NFL at it. What does he do on third down? Who becomes his look guy? As you see Devin Lucien lose a shoe in this drive, but who does he go to? Is it Gronk? Is it, you know, is Brandon Cooks? Yeah, or some of the new backs?
We haven't. How many catches has Brandon Cooks even had? One? We haven't seen him at all. It kind of feels like a little Randy Moss deal where he didn't even play in the preseason, and next thing you know, he comes out just going crazy. That's the guy that's going to be a huge factor. That catches for over 1,000 yards 2 years in a row. You telling me that he's not going to be a factor in this game? Maybe people keep talking about how he's able to stretch the field and get deep, but he's got some quickness that I think a lot of defensive backs are going to be scared of. And in this offense, with the ability to move around, I mean, talk about this guy. He goes from Breeze, then he goes to Brady.
And he's been working hard with Brady to get on the same page. Has just 2 receptions in the preseason, but it's a guy who had 78 catches for 1,173 yards and 8 touchdowns last year for the New Orleans Saints. And you're right, we haven't talked much about him at all. And here's Brissett. Again, another throw looking for Washington near the goal line. Incomplete.
He's going to be a force. And I think if you're trying to figure out where the production comes from, Gronk is back. Dwayne Allen's the guy that I don't think he's been involved much at all. And then you throw in Brandon Cooks.
All right, a final thought from Paul Perillo and Andy Hart downstairs. Gentlemen?
Rochi, first of all, I'm just going to reiterate, Jacoby Brissett wowed me tonight. I thought it was the most impressive leap forward we've seen in his year here. And then big picture, what you guys were just talking about, I think Chris Hogan has a monster second season in New England. I think he doubles his production. 38 catches last year. He's 70-plus this year.
I just want to thank everybody for showing up for the 4th preseason game, otherwise known as the Paul and Andy Invitational. Absolutely, and I agree with Chris Hogan, by the way. He's had an outstanding summer. I think he's going to have a big season. I think he's the guy that's most affected by the Edelman injury. I think his receptions are on the rise.
Well, 2 good-looking guys. You brought our broadcast way up. Thank you, gentlemen.
Andy, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, Chris Hogan.
There's Chris Hogan. Yeah, and tell you, that is an interesting call because you would think that it would just come from somebody else, but here's the guy that Chris Hogan that's already been on the field, and I would definitely agree with Andy Hart.
Here's third down for Brissett. Dumps it to Foster. Down in the 10. 5, pushed out of bounds. Near the goal line.
He is in such a good rhythm right now as far as just everything is just so open to him.
23 yards on that completion.
Yeah, when was his last incompletion? I mean, it feels like the ball's not hitting the ground.
Well, how often has he gone to his check down, guys? That's as impressive as anything. He's really hit some darts down the field, but when it was time to check down, when it was time to find the outlet, it's been there for Jacoby. That's a savvy move. That's a big step forward.
First and goal in the 4. Has a chance to go for another touchdown. Patriots trail by 9. Toss. Incomplete, intended for Lucien.
Good defense right there. And Lucien, you see it. He wants the ball high and outside. This is probably one of the not the worst throw, but you want that ball way out here, over here in this area right here. Watch him throw it, and it kind of hits the back of the defender, really. Lucien, he said he wants that high and outside. Let me go up and get it and give myself a little bit extra space so I can have a better chance of catching this ball. And DJ Foster down here at the bottom. Bring him back in. Here he comes right here. Coming back in. He's going to sit there right on the left side of Brissett.
Second and goal as we approach the 2-minute warning. Jacoby, certainly the star of the show tonight, goes for another touchdown, and he's got it. There you have it. Jacob Hollister with the touchdown reception. The Hollister twins have gotten into the act tonight, each with a touchdown reception. Need to get Jacoby a gift, I think, for that one, as Brissett cuts the lead to 3.
No, no.
Hey, guys, the best thing you're going to see here, DJ Foster on the blitz pickup. Show you can do everything. He's obviously showing he can catch the ball, make some plays. He steps up in the hole with a hard-charging safety or backer, sticks him, gives Brissett the time to complete that pass.
Nicely done. Huge night now for Brissett. Gostkowski in. And that cuts the lead to 2. Wow.
Mama Hollister's got to be really happy right now. 2 game balls from her boys.
Yeah, a good night for everybody involved there. Jacob Hollister, the rookie from Wyoming.
Good, strong drive. Put another good drive together. No doubt. That's why I like even the back shoulder throw to Lucene, even though it was off target, probably his worst throw of the second half. Everything else is, look at it, 26 to 34, 302 yards. And I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of it. I'm absolving him of that play.
Oh, talk about taking a nice step. That has to feel good for him.
You know, he might not play again. Well, he may not even get many reps even in practice, because you're going to have, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo's going to have to take those scout team reps, and Brissett's going to have to get a ton of work after practice. So this is the last time he may see some significant time for a long period.
Yes, even if he remains on the roster for a long time, we're thinking like 2023 or 24 because of Brady, right? Because Tom doesn't want to stop.
No, and he isn't. And I'm sure we'll get to that in next year when they got to make some tough decisions.
For a Patriots onside kick opportunity, they'll let their defense do some work, as the Giants lined up looking for one but didn't get it. On that drive, 7 of 10, 67 yards and a touchdown. 4 touchdown passes, 1 running.
You know, and Matt brought up a good point on those drives. The Giants were playing so deep and so off, and it's tempting. Quarterbacks, they're trying to make a play. They're trying to get some highlights and show up on TV, but no, he doesn't take the cheese. He takes the underneath routes and takes what the defense is giving. I know it's boring, it's not sexy, but it's positive yardage. It's starting all over again. It's fresh set of downs.
Offside, receiving team number 22. Penalties decline. First down.
Yeah, you saw the flag on the play on the perhaps anticipated onside kick from the Giants. So here we go. 1st and 10. 2:10 left to go. The Patriots have cut this lead to 2. And we'll see if the defense can come with a big stop and let Jacoby have a little bit more fun tonight. They're going to run the football. It's thrown. Cuts inside. Actually make that Wayne Gallman, the kid out of Clemson. All right, there you go.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Job well done, Andy Hart and Paul Perillo. Have a good season. Patriots Football Weekly continues. I like that better.
Where's the Muppet music?
Thank you. We'll see you.
1 week from tonight, they reveal the 5th banner here at Gillette Stadium, and this place, Christian, will be rocking.
That's a fun night. That really is a fun night.
And here's the opponent coming in, the Kansas City Chiefs. Very good team last year, won the AFC West, lost to Pittsburgh in the first round of the playoffs. And, you know, some good players on this team, starting with Alex Smith. The defense takes the ball away. Spencer Ware got injured, but they have a Kareem Hunt, a rookie third-round pick out of Toledo, that takes his place. A very formidable foe is the Patriots defense, and Jonathan Freeney comes up big early. And we'll get a timeout called by the Patriots.
That right
Charge
there.
timeout, New England.
That right there stands out to me.
30-second
Most in the
timeout.
NFL, 33 takeaways. And you think about their defense, Eric Berry, Justin Houston off the edge. And we mentioned Tyreek Hill could be the fastest guy in pass. I don't know. I think the Patriots may have the second fastest guy with Brandon Cooks. But that's an interesting game because the Kansas City Chiefs, I think we forgot they were 12-4 last year. 12-4 last year, but they're so vanilla. It's almost boring the way Andy Reid coaches that team. They really want to just play defense and not give it up.
Andy Reid does a good job with that. Matt Chatham also good on special teams. You know, Tyreek Hill led the NFL in punt returns last season, and DeAnthony Thomas on kickoff returns. They're a quality team in all 3 phases.
Yeah, we'll let this play go and dive back into that segment.
Third down opportunity for the Giants. See if the Patriots can make a play. They step up and they do. Kenny Moore. Good job knocking it away from C.J. Germany, and the Patriots defense holds.
Here's Kenny Moore right here. Now watch this play. Now watch the way he undercuts the route. It's a third down play, so it's happening quick. He fights off, and watch him cut through and run through the defender. Yeah, he's fired up. That's a big-time play right there by Kenny Moore. 7 tackles. Great job so far by Moore.
And we get a chance to watch Will Likely on the punt return here.
He's going to have room.
Brad Wing on the punt at the 28. He doesn't have much room. They get about 4, and the Patriots offense comes out with 1:42 left to go and a chance to set up Stephen Gostkowski for the 2nd week in a row to win a preseason game.
Keep seeing number 33 out there. I'm thinking that it's Deion Lewis. It's so similar looking
right?
with the wristbands. I'm like, what is Deion Lewis still doing in the game? That is a bad sign.
There's the man who's done it over and over again, led the NFL in scoring 5 times, 4 Pro Bowls. Wants another opportunity, and Bill's saying, how's your leg feel? Where are you looking tonight?
And if the Giants, you got to be so careful with Jacoby Brissett so far with his ability to run.
Well, here we go. Brissett nearly throws a pick. Got lucky there on his first opportunity.
Yeah, forcing that one, getting a little greedy. He's had so much success and throwing that ball down the middle of the field with only 4 guys coming and everybody else dropping deep.
Don't forget, coming up after the game in just a few minutes, our Toyota post-game report. We'll have highlights of this one, post-game reaction as well. And we'll get some thoughts from Christian Fourier, Matt Chatham on this season as well. Predictions for the Patriots here on 2nd down. Going to run the football. Foster gets nowhere. Sets up a 3rd and long. Gentlemen, your thoughts on what you think we're going to see from this Patriots team this year, record-wise?
I'm going to let Matt go first.
All right, Matt Chatham, take it away.
Let Matt go first. You're punting on 1st down? What are you doing? You know,
go ahead, Matt. Go ahead and say it. I know what you want to say.
Listen, I don't care about the record number.
That's not an answer.
Here's what I'll tell you. They're going to be the best team in the NFL. You don't know. I don't know if they'll finish it off. You know that's performance-based, but I think that in the end, this team sits far and above everything else that's out there today. Now, injuries we know ultimately determine, you know, and being able to perform in lieu of those injuries end up determining how these things shake out. But I think this team, talent-wise, the way they built the roster, the versatility of it to face the challenges ahead of them, Patriots sit in a good spot.
All right, here's 3rd down and long. Brissett time. Fires complete.
That was a duck.
To Lucien.
I don't know, that ball got away from him. I don't know if it slipped out of his hands or maybe it got tipped. But that had a hard time getting down the field. And an unbelievable job by Lucien catching that football as it's falling to the ground. It's thrown behind him.
21 yards on the play into Giants territory. First down for Seth. Again, incomplete. Looking for O'Shaughnessy.
He's made so many good decisions. So many good decisions, and now he's forcing the football at the most critical time in the game. Watch the big middle of the field right here, and watch it just close up. The backer's getting depth, and here comes the backer, the defensive back to the side, just toying with him, baiting him, and Brady's like, no, you can't take the cheese.
Second and 10 at the 46, nearing the minute mark of this one.
Check downs are fine. Here comes the blitz.
Brissett eludes it, runs, and he goes out of bounds.
You know, Matt, you talked about it earlier in the fourth quarter. Nobody's leaving right now. They want to see a touchdown right now. They're screaming, they're cheering, they're standing up.
It is loud down here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, it sounds like a regular season ball game. Fans are into it, and they're making a lot of noise.
And this is what you can't coach right here, the ability to run outside. Yeah. Yeah, they want them to score.
So a third down opportunity, 4 attempts, 29 yards, and a touchdown on the ground for Brissett. You look at those numbers. Good night for him as he goes for the 3rd and 1 here at the 37 with 56 to go.
Too strong.
Oh,
you got
still on his feet. Oh, it throws it incomplete. Yeah, I'm with you, Gronk. That was like, how did he do that? That was pretty cool.
Well, again, too strong. Now he's been making a lot of right decisions, but watch him get smacked here. What? I mean, he should be down. And Gronk and Brady here, it's like, wait, that's not supposed to happen.
Are you kidding me?
That was
look at Gronk's face.
All right, so here we go. 55-yard attempt for Stephen Gostkowski. 19 field goals from 50+, and it's good. What else? 55-yarder. Mr. Automatic, who's made his last 22 postseason field goals, hits one from 55. Patriots all-time leader in points and field goals, and he's got 19 field goals from 50 or more yards in his career.
And the most excited guy on the field is Ted Karras. He's jumping up and down. It's a party down here, guys. It's hilarious. Gostkowski nails it. Karras goes wild.
You know, we've been privileged to watch Vinatieri and now Gostkowski, Christian. Some pretty special stuff here when it comes to kickers in New England.
Yeah.
That's a fun win tonight, right?
And this is a great way to cap the end of camp. I mean, right? I mean, this is
exactly.
You've been through a lot, and I know it doesn't matter, but man, it sure does feel good. You get to go inside and just, reminisce a little bit, and then that's it. Season starts.
Third and final charge timeout, New England. 30-second timeout.
Patriots will go over this situation, every situation they make. Jacoby's like, hey, Tom, if you don't feel well next week, I'm good. I got it. Let's take a look at these first 4 weeks of the New England Patriots schedule and just your thoughts, what you see here, Christian, starting with Kansas City next Thursday night.
Well, I tell you what, the one that stands out to me is Houston right there. They got the defense to match up with the Patriots. You've already kind of got a little taste of them. You know that it's tough for them to move the football. And if Tom Savage can just not make a ton of mistakes, they're going to be in this football game. You go back to the playoff game last year. If they had any sort of quarterback play, it could have been a different story with this team. And you know what's happening down in Houston. This would be some sort of storybook year for them to kind of cap it off with a win early in the season against the Patriots. But that's the team that worries me the most.
And Egan at the goal line for the Giants. Gets out to near the 25-yard line. New York will have 39 seconds and a pair of timeouts to try to get themselves into field goal position.
A lot of home games to start the season, too. First 4 games, only 1 road trip. Brian Flores got to be happy. They played a lot better. This defense played a lot better in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter, just getting off the field, making crucial third down stops.
Oh, here we go for Davis-Webb in the Giants offense. Incomplete. Good stick by DJ Killings on CJ Germany.
Yeah, you can tell this defensive secondary is energized, feeling the energy from the crowd, matching the intensity. No, he's not in position to make the throw, but he's so violent with the tackle that he knocks the football out of the hands, and Germany can't hold on to it.
35 seconds left to go. Brian Flores, the linebackers coach, calling the defensive plays tonight for New England.
Don't let anything get behind you. That's all you need to worry about. Keep it in front of you.
Webb. Complete. Out over the 40-yard line for Ed Egan. And with 28 seconds left, the Giants move the ball 19 yards and get closer to field goal position.
Now it's time for somebody to get loose. You got Bates on the field right now, number 44. There he goes. He hold him. Yeah. That's a hold.
He eludes it. Webb does and gets it out.
The fact that they didn't call that hold, I just saw Bates on the right end over on the tackle. I was like, it's a perfect opportunity for him to get home, and he does. The tackle holds him. The ref is sitting right there. Doesn't even call it. Now you want to take a break if you're the Patriots, trying to catch your wind just a little bit.
Again, the Giants have 2 timeouts here. Ball near the 50-yard line. Webb incomplete. Off the hands of the intended receiver.
Freeney right there to make the play.
Gallman couldn't hold on to it. Now we got 17 seconds left to go.
Yeah, you think it's rowdy right now. Just imagine what it's going to be like on Thursday night when when that banner is unveiled and the Kansas City Chiefs get introduced.
All those clown towels. Yeah, it's going to be great.
On third down, Webb. Complete. Gets it to Matt Lacoste, who's got a pair of touchdown receptions tonight.
Charge timeout.
Timeout for the Giants.
30-second timeout.
Put his thinking cap here on as the Giants try to get it within field goal range. Try to set up game-winning field goal. With it, as we look ahead, we did the first month. Any take away your thoughts on week 5 through 8, Christian, on this Patriots schedule?
Well, this one, come on now. That's going to be fun, right? How can you avoid that one? You know, what is it? Atlanta has not forgotten what happened. And everything they've been doing this entire offseason is to prove that what happened in the Super Bowl was a fluke. So that'll be a fun game to watch. And obviously the Jets, I don't know what they're doing down there in New York. They just feel like they just want the first-round pick, and that's it. They're selling off everybody.
Got a chance to watch Do Your Job 2, a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get you ready for this season, too. That comes out Sunday night. Don't want to miss that one, Webb. To Lacoste again, down inside the 30. Giants have another timeout. They'll use it with 4 seconds left. And that'll set up a field goal game-winning opportunity for New York.
Charge timeout, New York.
And again, when the Patriots play Atlanta, what do they think of? Yep, the catch. Edelman amazingly came up with that football. Every time you see it, you're like, really?
I'm still amazed at how that game played out, and just all the things that had to happen for them to be in a position to just tie the game up, let alone win it in overtime.
We were all stunned on that field in Houston afterwards. Aldrich Rosas comes in, rookie out of Southern Oregon. Will attempt the 48-yard field goal. They'll try to win this 4th and final preseason game for the New York Giants. Crowd on its feet. The snap, the kick, on its way, and it's good.
And the Giants think they won the Super Bowl.
Well, there you have it. That was a heck of a final game as Brady and Eli say hello and good luck in the regular season.
I'll see you soon, buddy.
Patriots finished 1-3 on the preseason. Here's your game-winning kick. Post-game show coming up and a look ahead to a week from tonight.